Thought and purpose. Until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. With majority, the bark of thought is allowed to drift upon the ocean of life. Aimlessness is a vice, and such drifting must not continue for him who would steer clear of catastrophe and destruction. They who have no central purpose in their life fall an easy prey to pretty petty worries, fear, trouble, and self-pityiness, all of which are indications of weakness, which lead just as surely as deliberately planned sins, though by a different route, to failure, unhappiness, and loss. For weakness cannot persist in a power-evolving universe. A man should conceive of a legitimate purpose in his heart and set out to accomplish it. He should make the purpose the centralizing point of his thought. It may take the form of spiritual ideal or it may be worldly object according to his nature at the time being. But whichever it is, it should steadily focus his thought forces upon the object which he has set before him. He should make this purpose his supreme duty, should devote himself to the attainment and not allowing his thoughts to wander away into ephemeral fancies. What is the meaning of ephemeral? Ephemeral. This is the road to self-control and true concentration of thought. Even if he fails again and again to accomplish his purpose, as he necessarily must until weakness is overcome, the strength of character gained will be measure of his true success. This is with this will form a new starting point for future power and triumph. Those who are not prepared for the apprehension of a good purpose, apprehension of a good purpose is a should fix their thoughts upon the faultless performance of their faultless faultless performance of their duty, no matter how insignificant their tasks may appear. Only this way can the thoughts be gathered and focused, and resolutions and energy be developed, which being done, there is nothing which may not be accomplished. The weakest soul, knowing its own weakness and believing this truth that strength can be developed by effort and practice, will thus, believing at once begin to exert itself and adding effort to effort, patience to patience, strength to strength, will never cease to develop and will last grow divinely strong. The weakest soul, knowing its own weakness and believing this truth, That strength can only be developed by effort and practice. Will thus believing at once begin to exert itself and adding effort to effort. Will thus believing at once begin to exert itself and adding effort to effort, patience to patience, and strength to strength, will never cease to develop and will at last grow divinely strong. As the physically weak man can make himself strong by careful and patient training, so the man of weak thoughts may make him strong by exercising himself in right thinking. To put away aimlessness and weakness and to begin to think with purpose is the is to enter the ranks of those strong ones who only recognize failure as one of the pathways to attainment, who make all conditions serve them, and who think strongly, attempt fearlessly, and accomplish masterfully. To put away aimlessness and weakness, and to begin to think with purpose, is to enter the rank of those strong ones who only recognize failure as one of the pathways to attainment, who make all conditions serve them, who think strongly, attempt fearlessly, and accomplish masterfully. Having conceived of his purpose, a man should mentally mark out a straight pathway to his achievement, looking neither to the right nor to the left. Doubts and fear should be rigorously excluded, and they are disintegrating, which break up the straight line of effort, rendering it crooked, ineffectual, useless. Thoughts of doubt and fear never accomplish anything and never can. They always lead to failure. Purpose, energy, and power to do, and all strong thoughts cease when doubt and fear creep in. The will to do springs from the knowledge that we can do. The will to do springs from the knowledge that we can do. Doubt and fear are the great enemies of knowledge. He who has conquered doubt and fear has conquered failure. His every thought is aligned with power, and all difficulties are barely met and wisely overcome. Bravely met and wisely overcome. His purpose are seasonably planted, and they bloom and bring forth fruit which does not fall prematurely to the ground. Thought aligned fearlessly to purpose becomes creative force. He who knows this is ready to be overcome something higher and strong than a more bundle of wavering thoughts and fluctuating sensations. He who does this become the conscious and intelligent wielder of his mental power. Thought, the thought factor in achievement. Okay, I have read one chapter and I have to put an end to this. Before that, I may jot down some new words like disintegrating, ineffectual, disintegrating, disintegrating, then effectual, actual. These are the words. New word ephemeral. Ephemeral, it means temporary something. Temporary. Let me see what is temporary. What is ephemeral? Ephemeral means lasting for a short time. Okay. An ephemeral plant. Okay. Apprehension. I have written not apprehension. Apprehension. Apprehension means what? Anxiety. Keys. Cease. Bring to an end. Bring to an end. Then apprehension. What is the word apprehension? Those who are prepared for the apprehension of a group great purpose should fix the thoughts upon the duties. Okay, do you want to see the words I have written? These are the words. Like these are the words. Skin. These are the words. Ephemeral, temporary, apprehension. Apprehension means anxiety for or fear that something bad will happen, and disintegrating, break into smaller pieces. What is this piece? Ineffectual, not producing any significant result. Ineffectual, not producing any significant result. Apprehension, anxiety or fear that something bad will happen. Cease, bring to an end. Cease means bring to an end. Ceasefire. Okay, done. So I'll bring the sharing. Then, Alhamdulillah, we have read for 15 minutes and note down some words. Thank you for being here, although no one is here. Thank you.